This car was never built to fly. So why does the back of it look almost exactly like a military fighter jet? If you look at an American car from the 1950s, you might think the designers had completely lost their minds. Today's cars are smooth, rounded, and carefully tested in wind tunnels to save fuel and improve safety. But back then, car companies were covering their cars with hundreds of pounds of shiny chrome, giant bullet-shaped bumpers, and huge metal fins that looked like airplane wings. You've probably seen these strange land yachts in old movies or museums and thought they were just a weird fashion trend. But they weren't. And the real reason has almost nothing to do with cars. By the end of this video, you'll never look at these classic cars the same way again. Those famous tail fins were never designed to make cars faster or better. In fact, they actually made driving worse. Instead, they were solving a hidden psychological problem. They were changing the way people felt about driving. To understand where it all started, we need to go back to one man and one very special airplane. During World War II, General Motors' legendary designer, Harley Earl, saw a military fighter plane called the Lockheed P-38 Lightning. Unlike most airplanes, it didn't have one tail. It had two tall vertical fins. Harley Earl couldn't stop thinking about that design. To him, it wasn't just an airplane. It looked like the future. In 1948, he secretly added two tiny fins to the back of a new Cadillac. At first, almost nobody noticed them. But those little fins didn't stay little for long. As soon as people saw a car that looked even a little like a fighter jet, something clicked in their minds. After World War II, jet airplanes had become symbols of speed, power, and the future. Most people would never fly one, but they could own a car that made them feel connected to that exciting new world. Then everything changed again. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the world's first artificial satellite. Suddenly, everyone became obsessed with space. Car companies saw this excitement and started a design race. Chrysler introduced its famous forward look. Every year, the fins became bigger, taller, and sharper. By 1959, the Cadillac Eldorado had tail fins almost 2 feet high, with red taillights that looked like rocket engines. Chevrolet, Plymouth, and many other brands joined the competition. Everyone wanted the biggest fins. But here's where the story gets surprising. Engineers hated these fins. From an engineering point of view, putting giant metal fins on the back of a moving car was a terrible idea. They created more air resistance, reduced fuel efficiency, and made the cars harder to control in strong winds. So why would any company make its cars worse on purpose? Because they weren't selling speed. They were selling a feeling. In the 1950s, America was building its massive interstate highway system. For the first time, ordinary people could drive at 60 or even 70 miles per hour for hours at a time. But there was one big problem. Cars back then weren't very safe. Most didn't have seatbelts, their brakes weren't great, their steering systems could be dangerous in a crash. Many drivers were actually scared of driving at those new high speeds. Car companies couldn't invent modern safety technology overnight, so instead, they used psychology. They realized something interesting. If a car looked like a powerful airplane, people's brains would naturally connect it with stability, advanced technology, and safety. Airplanes fly hundreds of miles per hour without falling out of the sky. They have wings and large vertical stabilizers. So when people saw similar shapes on a car, their brains quietly assumed the car must also be stable and safe at high speed, even though those fins did almost nothing to help. It was a giant psychological placebo. Car companies weren't just selling metal, glass, and engines. They were selling confidence. Their advertisements used words like jet age, Dashboard gauges looked like airplane cockpits. Drivers no longer felt like nervous commuters. They felt like skilled pilots in complete control. Most people could never afford to travel into space, but they could park a little piece of the future in their driveway. And that feeling was incredibly powerful. The trick worked until people learned the truth. In the early 1960s, real automotive safety standards finally started improving. Consumer safety experts pointed out that those sharp fins could actually make accidents even more dangerous, especially for pedestrians. At the same time, real safety features became common: seatbelts, better brakes, safer steering columns, stronger glass. Once cars actually became safer, companies no longer needed giant fins to make people feel safe. Almost overnight, the fins disappeared. The design that once represented the future suddenly looked old-fashioned. But if you think car companies stopped using psychology after that, think again. Look at many modern cars. You'll find aggressive, fake air vents, sharp body lines that don't improve performance, huge exhaust tips that aren't even connected to the real exhaust system. It's the same idea, just wearing modern clothes. Even today, car companies often sell you a feeling before they sell you performance. So the next time you see one of those giant 1950s American cars in a museum or an old movie, take another look at those enormous fins. They were never built to help the car fly. They were built to hack your brain. And here's the craziest part. The psychological tricks inside your own car are even more advanced. Today, many modern cars use hidden speakers to create fake engine sounds, making the engine seem much more powerful than it really is. If you want to discover how your own car might be fooling your ears every time you drive, subscribe to my channel for I'll see you there.